Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. Earlier this week, Blizzard announced some class tuning. Let's look into buff and nerf some of our favorite playstyles going forward. But right before the weekly reset, Blizzard slapped on even more nerfs for the class of Warlock for both PvE and PvP content. Also this week, Blizzard added a crafting item that will allow brand new entry-level crafters to craft some of the higher tier legendaries from the get-go, which will make it easier if you're trying to gear out your alts in double legendaries. This new item is also looking to reset the market a little, deflating some of the absurdly high prices from endgame high-tier legendaries. Overall, crafting a second legendary for your mains and alts should prove to be cheaper with this update. But right before we get into the updates of this reset, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to catch regular patch 9.2 class updates or potentially future WoW expansion announcements. Earlier this week, Blizzard made a blue post listing all of the class changes expected with this week's reset. Some of those updates we've already covered in a previous video, though we will go over them briefly in this video in case you didn't watch that update, and we'll primarily focus on some of the nerfs announced last minute. Guardian Druid tier set is looking to get nerfed heavily. Overall, the spec is losing out in both PvE and PvP value for both single target and AoE situations. Fire mages are receiving significant tune-up in PvE content that's looking to improve on their single target damage output. Windwalker monks perform fantastically in all AoE and Mythic Plus content, though their boss damage is a little bit weaker. Blizzard is trying to beef up monks' single target damage going forward. Retribution Paladins' AoE damage is looking to get a substantial buff. Their tier set is also getting amped up in both PvE and PvP content. Surprisingly, Assassination Rogues saw a buff as well. Their Fan of Knives should be able to hit a little bit harder in multi-target fights. For PvP encounters, the defensive Aegis trinket is looking to have its Absorb shield nerfed. This trinket is still likely to be a very strong defensive trinket that practically provides a 50% damage reduction to burst magic damage. However, the shield from the trinket is going to get much smaller. In a way, by nerfing this trinket, Blizzard is looking to buff all of the other casters in PvP content. We also saw Holy Priest getting nerfed in PvP as well, with Blizzard trying to reduce some of their CC immunities and their burst healing output. And now for the Warlock nerfs. Your Demon Commander is going to gain less power when running the Demonic Consumption talent. However, a new nerf has been added as of this week. The haste generated from the Implosive Potential Legendary now has a cap. Up to a maximum of 15 imps can now grant you the haste buff when they are sacrificed with your Implosion ability. As of recently, Implosive Potential Legendary has gained a lot of popularity for Mythic Plus content. Your 4-piece tier set gives you opportunity to summon extra imps to your side whenever you cast Hand of Gul'dan, which means that's a lot more imps as flame to the fodder whenever you press your Implosion ability. In pure AoE situations, Warlocks are able to gain over 100% haste. This haste gives them fast casting speeds to raise back a demon army faster, but also this haste can be benefited by their other non-imp demons as well. As of the patch 9.2, with tier sets and double legendaries, Demonology Warlocks have risen in popularity, becoming one of the higher performing ranged DPS in PvE, Mythic Plus, and raiding content. And it looks like they couldn't have all their fun. Blizzard is looking to reduce their overall PvE value so that other classes can be more competitive. We also got a fix for the Affliction Warlock 4-piece tier set bonus within PvP situations. The 4-piece tier set bonus should now proc properly, even though on average, most Affliction Warlocks almost never cast Shadow Bolt in arenas or battlegrounds. Besides Affliction changes, we also got even more nerfs for the spec of Demonology, this time for PvP. Specifically, the Demonology Warlock and the Necrolord Covenant Decimating Bolt playstyle and the big burst build that comes with this combo. The Decimating Bolt Necrolord ability will buff the damage of your next filler spell. For Demonology, it's Demon Bolt. Decimating Bolt also has an execute style mechanic, where this ability does more damage the more injured your primary target is. This bonus damage buff is actually also applied for your subsequent Demon Bolts. The lower the target's health is when you hit him with a Decimating Bolt, the harder your Demon Bolt will hit afterwards. The Necrolord legendary lets your Decimating Bolt empower your Demon Bolt further, making it 100% guaranteed crit and amping up its damage by 50%. As a Demonology Warlock, you can further empower your Demon Bolt damage. By using the Bale Spider's legendary, your Shadow Bolts can contribute towards more Demon Bolt damage output. With the talent of Power Siphon, you can sacrifice 2 imps to gain 2 free instant-cast Demon Bolt procs and further empower their damage. With the talent of From the Shadows, whenever you send out your Demon Dogs to Dread Bite at the target, it will leave a debuff on that target that'll make it take more Shadow Flame damage. Demon Bolt is purely Shadow Flame damage, so this talent directly buffs your Demon Bolt output. With the talent of Sacrifice Souls, the more demons you summon, the harder your Demon Bolt can hit. And if you use the PvP talent Pleasure Through Pain and run the Succubus or the Incubus pet, your abilities will do more shadow damage, and since Demon Bolt is Shadow Flame, that shadow portion also applies towards the Demon Bolt damage output. Together in a right setup, a Demonology Warlock can weave all of these overlapping buffs together, and in some cases create a situation where they're able to literally one-shot a player using one global to decimate their whole health bar. But even if a Warlock is able to achieve only a portion of this damage in PvP situations, they're still able to create some devastating damage that's going to leave your enemies surprised. A lot of this burst ends up being a instant cast burst, so it's really difficult to stop it once the Warlock gains the proper setup. Therefore, Blizzard is going to be nerfing the damage amp of Demon Bolt through Decimating Bolt, as well as the legendary effect of the Necrolord Decimating ability, which will only amp up your Demon Bolt crit damage by 35% instead of 50%. Even after this nerf, Demonology is likely to still do some big, bursty, surprising damage, though this is Blizzard cutting into some of the different overlapping buffs. I think Blizzard is just trying to take out that one-shot potential out of the spec as best as they can. Let me know if you think this is going to be enough to stop some of the terrorizing bursts the Demonology Warlocks have been able to wage in both battlegrounds as well as arenas. We also had a pretty massive legendary crafting update that happened earlier in the week. Blizzard added a new crafting reagent called Vestige of the Devourers, which can be bought from the new Enlightened faction of brokers in Zereth Mortis, as long as that character has reached honored standing reputation. However, there is a bug where sometimes players are unable to see the item on the vendor. Some players have been able to fix this bug by server hopping, usually done by going to the LFG window and trying to join one of the Zereth Mortis rare farming groups. And once there, check the vendor again to see if the item shows up. But once you can acquire this item by server hopping, it will let a character upgrade a legendary item when crafting from a rank 1 to a rank 5 immediately. This will allow entry-level players that are just getting into professions to start making rank 5 legendaries without the time commitment to rank up your legendary crafting levels, or the gold investment that it takes to rank up some of those legendary recipes. This also gives a player opportunity to craft some rank 5 legendaries to put up on the auction house if you're trying to make some gold, or if you're trying to create some legendaries for your alts so you can get your second Unity legendary as soon as possible. This new item, and subsequently more people putting up their legendaries in the auction house, will create a new bottom floor for legendary recipes. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a big marketing guy or somebody that plays auction house regularly, but this is how I understand that this reset will work. Any legendaries below rank 5 will become practically useless, and their prices will go way down since most players can enter into the legendary crafting market at rank 5 immediately. With more players getting into the market since it's easier to craft a rank 5 legendary, more legendaries in the auction house means their prices will likely get lower and lower. These price drops will also happen upwards, with some of the higher rank legendaries prices also deflating over time. Specifically on the server that I play on, which is US Illidan, one of the bigger servers for the NA region. The prices of some of the max rank 7 legendaries went from something around average of 130,000 down to 20,000 on my server. This means going forward over the next few weeks, hopefully the prices of legendaries will continue to drop, making them more affordable for your alts and main characters. And that's going to be everything we have for this weekly update. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Specifically, let me know what you think about some of the recent Warlock nerfs that we saw today. Also, what class do you think is struggling the most right now that desperately needs a buff from Blizzard going forward? As per always, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our community Discord channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video update or hang out with the other members of the 5-5-1-1 dueling community. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.